Hi there, friends. Well, I was fooling around in my kitchen. I was looking in my fridge and just rooting around trying to find something to eat for dinner. And I have so much food that it takes a little bit of digging around to find things that kind of go together. So I'm on another mission, not to go shopping. I want to use up what I have, and I have everything I need. So I had some silken tofu that I've had in the refrigerator for a while, and I didn't want it to go bad, so I thought I'd make something with that. I also had some oat milk that I wanted to use up before that went bad. So I looked around on the internet and saw a couple of recipes for plant-based cheese. None of them quite fit what I was looking for, but some of the ingredients from this one and that one, I figured I could come up with my own recipe. So I did. So I'm going to show you how I made it, but don't follow the video because I tweaked it a little bit afterwards, and I will post the recipe down below. And while you're down there, it would be wonderful if you would subscribe and leave me a comment. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. This recipe is easy. All you need is your blender and a pot to cook it in. This recipe is also versatile. It depends on what seasonings you put in it. You can make it a nacho cheese sauce, you can make it a white cheese sauce, you can make it a macaroni and cheese sauce. So I like it. I will make it again. So if you're looking for a versatile cheese sauce, you might want to give it a try. So without further ado, let's get cooking. Hello all. Welcome to my kitchen. Well, I'm experimenting with a cheese sauce recipe, and it's sort of a Frankenstein recipe from this and that I kind of put together. So let me tell you what I have going on here. All right, over here in the blender, I have 16 ounces of silken tofu. You can also use soft tofu. I have 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. I have about 4 cooked baby carrots, and they're about this size. So they're in there, you just can't see them. I've got a tablespoon of miso paste, and that's what's in there. Now I'm going to add some other ingredients too. Now in here I'm going to add, this is half a cup of oat milk, but you can use whatever plant-based milk you have. So that's going in. And then I'm going to add my dry ingredients before I add my 1.5 teaspoons of rice vinegar and 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice, because I don't really want to curdle the milk. So in here I have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. White pepper is much milder than black pepper, so I would recommend using white. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. I have a 1.5 tablespoons of sour starch. Now if you can't find sour starch, I got mine online, and Chef Jana recommended that for some of the cheeses that she uses. So, but you can also use tapioca starch, potato starch, whatever starch you have. But the sour starch is good for cheese because it's sour. Here I have 1/3 of a cup of nutritional yeast. So I'm going to add all these ingredients to my blender, give it a quick blend, and then we're going to cook this up. And if you miss those ingredients, not to worry. I'm going to post the recipe in the description box below. And while you're down there, leave me a comment. Do you have a favorite vegan cheese sauce that you like? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll give that a try. So let's add all this to the blender. All my spices, including the sour starch. And I'm going to put in my nutritional yeast. And last but not least, I'm going to add the lemon juice and the rice vinegar. Now you can use other vinegars. You can use wine vinegar. You can even use vinegar from your kombucha. So let me get this blended up and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is really thick, and I just added another third of a cup of oat milk because we're going to cook this yet. So it's a little too thick with just the half a cup. So far it's half a cup and a third of a cup of plant-based milk. So this is what it looks like so far, and I would like it a little more yellow. So I'm going to add some more turmeric to it because turmeric is very healthy. So I'm going to add maybe, another 1/8 of a teaspoon, up to a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Sorry about this video. It's sort of a seat of my pants cooking here. I had some silken tofu that I wanted to use up. So I'm going to blend this up again, and then we're going to cook it on the stove. Okay, so I've transferred this to a saucepan, and as you can see, the sauce is already fairly thick. I haven't cooked it yet. So hopefully there's enough sour starch in there. If not, then I'll probably have to add some more. But anyway, look what you have in your refrigerator, and maybe you can make something delicious out of it. I like to keep tofu and silken tofu around. My tofu I usually freeze because I like it better after it's been frozen. It changes the texture. But the silken tofu was not frozen. So I'm going to cook this up, and I'm going to cook this on medium to medium-low heat, depending on your stove. And I'm going to cook it for about 4 or 5 minutes, stirring constantly. And I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so here is my cheese sauce. It's nice and thick. I think I would put a little tiny bit less of the oat milk in, maybe a third or a quarter, a half a cup, and a quarter a cup, 3/4 of a cup maybe, instead of half a cup and a third of a cup. But it depends on how thick you want it and for what you want. Now this is still very hot. This will thicken up as it cools. But I'm going to have myself a baked potato and have this as a cheese sauce. I think that would be really good. Okay, so I have some multicolored cauliflower here that I got at Costco. Isn't it pretty? My baked potato, and that's what I'm having for lunch today. So I'm going to put some of this cheese sauce on here. And this really, really has a good flavor. So I would definitely make this again. You can use it over your veggies for macaroni and cheese. You can use it for nachos. And you'll have a tasty meal. All right. So there you have it. Quick and easy. And I used what I already had. Things I wanted to use up. I had oat milk I needed to use up. The silken tofu. I have baby carrots that I want to use up. I had the spices. I had the sour starch. So there you have it. All right, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.